Right, today we're going to be looking at the three-way fridge and how the three-way fridge actually works. Now this is ancient, it's an old fridge, it's looking, well, it's had better days, let's put it that way. It looks quite old. It's not aged particularly well, but it still works and I'm still happy with, you know, so long as it can keep stuff cool when it's warm, that's absolutely fine. That's working well enough for me. So what I'm going to do is just give you a quick overview of the fridge and how it actually works and what the three-way fridge actually does. It's quite a good setup for a motorhome. It works really well, but apparently the three-way fridge, once the temperature gets up to about 35, 36 outside, there's not enough temperature variance for it to actually work, so they sort of struggle when it's really hot. A compressor fridge works in a different way, so it doesn't really have the same problems as a three-way fridge does. So this is just going to be a quick overview of the actual use. I won't go into how it actually works. That's all on my website, classicmotorhomeowner.com. I've done an article about how these things actually work. Now I'm pretty pleased with how it works. The only problem is when they break down, and you know, this is 30 years old, this fridge, so it's quite reliable. Let's face it, that is a reliable fridge. It's 30 years, it's in this is done, you know, 120,000 miles or so, this actual camper van, so it's been rattled about. It's really stood the test of time, and it works quite well. I was quite surprised how cold it can get, and we can actually keep ice lollies and stuff in the freezer and and they don't melt, which is amazing. Yeah, it does the job, and it does it well. Now, it's called a three-way fridge because it works on 3 different sources. Like, it'll work on 12 volts, it'll work on mains voltage, and it'll work on gas. That's the 3 ways it can be powered, so that's why it's called a three-way fridge. Now, to get your fridge to work on mains, all you have to do is plug in your electric hookup, and the mains is operated from this side of the fridge. So all you need to do is, that is your mains. It's got a picture of a plug there. Switch it on to 1, and you can see that blinding, I think you can see it, that blinding green line there that you can hardly notice. You really need it dark to see that is actually lit up. So you can see it there, since it's switched on. So that is your fridge, and this is your temperature. The temperature is just controlled, so we keep ours about 5, and that seems to be enough. It can go up to 7, so we keep it at 5. This thermostat here works on mains and also on 12 volt. Now, if you have your mains off, if you're not connected to mains, and you switch that on, you'll see it doesn't light up. The reason that's not lighting up is because it actually only works on 12 volts when the engine's running. So the engine actually has to be running for that to work on 12 volts, and it will use the same thermostat control as the mains, but it needs to be running off the alternator. You cannot have it just running off your battery. It just will suck your batteries dry in just a few hours. So that's why it doesn't really work on 12 volts. What it does is, when you're travelling to a place, it'll keep your stuff cool. So this is purely for when the motorhome's in motion, really. That's when you'll be using the 12 volts. So when we're setting off, I would have this on the mains for the day before we set off. I would put the fridge on, have it on the mains to cool it down, and then when we're setting off, bang, put it onto the 12 volt system, and then that way by the time we reach wherever we're going, all the fridge stuff hasn't defrosted or melted, or you know, all the goodies we've got are still in good condition. So that's how you use that side of it. Now the gas side is quite different, and there's a couple of things you need to check before you even start the gas, and that is the vents outside. There's 2 vents outside, I'll show you them in a minute. Both of them actually have covers. Now you need to make sure the covers are off. The covers look like this, and they just sit on the vents, so you just make sure that these covers are removed. Actually, they've got a warning on them telling you to remove them before you light that fridge, so make sure they're removed. But these are the fridge vents. These are air inlets, and this is the outlet for the gas. It's almost like a flue, so that all this area here, that vent, and that's all for the gas fridge, the gas side of the fridge. So make sure they're not blocked, they don't have the covers on them, so that the air can flow through these bits. You then have to go to where your gas manifold is. This is like a manifold, this is all the things, and you can see in here all the taps. So in ours, the very top one is the fridge. It's got a wee snowflake symbol there. I'm just going to turn it on. Oh, that's it on. It's not been turned on for quite a while. We'd hardly ever use the gas side of the fridge actually, but I like to use it every now and then to make sure that it's all working. So I've just switched on the gas. To start in gas, we've got the temperature select dial, and we've got the sparker for the gas ignition. So I'm just going to turn that on, start sparking. You can see it lights when it's clicking. You should be able to hear that. And then we turn on the gas. I usually like to start it at max. Now I'm thinking see that screw, that's what tells you where this is. So I'm taking that to be there. That's what I've always done. Always seems to work, so it's good. So that's it, lit. So you see the light going out. As soon as you press that in, you hold it for 10 seconds or so, let it go, and it should stay on. And that's it. And if you listen really carefully, you can hear the flame. You can actually hear the gas burning at the back of the fridge. And you can adjust the temperature. So probably I like to leave it on max for a while and then adjust it from there until we get the right temperature. So it's as easy as that. It's really easy. As long as everything's working, it should be fine. If your sparker keeps coming on all the time, you've got some sort of problem going on with your gas, so you might want to get it checked out. It should be like this constantly, and so that's basically it. That's how the fridge runs on gas. So that's us, cold beers tonight, cooking with gas, or even freezing with gas. So yeah, it's an interesting type of fridge that can actually cool down with a flame. Yeah. For more details, check down below. I've put on some links to the website, and there's a deeper explanation how this fridge actually works. I hope this helps somebody. I could have done with this video when I first came into the motorhome, because I did not have a clue how this worked. But now it's pretty simple, as you can see.